boo boo. I don't know. Some kind of a fanfare, I guess. We're starting the stream. So let's get that screen out of the way and let's get onto the cutting mat and the board. Hi everybody. If you were here hoping for my stream, I'm sorry I wasn't here. Other things had to take priority. Oh, excuse me. This is what happens when you drink carbonated sodas. Let's replace some of that with some water. Hey, hello. Hi, there you are. Well, wherever you are in the world, I guess. Welcome to part 13 of the road to the ultimate online cosplay championship. I finally learned the order. Today we will be finishing and tackling and finishing this off. Uh, Maybe I'm gonna see if I have some black rubber paint around, and then we might actually get to paint some of it as well. These extra parts, well, there's a nice detail that's gonna show here, of course, but also I made it too small. Don't tell anybody. So I had to extend it instead of remaking the whole thing, which I don't currently have the material for, because I am in need of some more of this thickness of floor mat, but that will be solved in a day or two. So that's gonna be done, and my main issue is that if you get close to it, you're gonna see the Velcro in here. Well, hook and loop. So my plan was to take some of these flexi pipe or flexi cable or pipe or whatever and glue that in place here. This will be pressed down because of the armor, right? Well, the chest piece. And then we'll cut this off here, and then we'll sand the backside so they sort of go into. So that's where we're gonna be starting off today. We are getting some markers so we can do some proper. I did clean a bit earlier, cleared off all the tools, even the tools I knew I was gonna use. I'm gonna probably have to go running to get tools every now and then, but I really needed to see what was on the bench. To be honest, it was becoming quite a horrendous mess. Okay, so and then we will arbitrarily just decide that that is a good angle because it's my costume, so I can decide that basically, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Right, so the plan is to sand down the backside here a bit. Let's see if we can do it with the rotary tool, otherwise we're gonna have to use the belt sander. So basically the plan is that this is gonna bend down. So this sort of starts to look like it's creeping into the material, and then we'll put like a piece of craft foam or something over there just to cover that really ugly end. And then all we have to do is, because we don't even have to bother, this line here is not going to look too pretty though, so I'm going to press this into the foam just to leave a nice mark. And then we are going to ever so gently score a line in it, because we don't want to go all the way through now. We just want to separate the foam just enough so we can sort of push the plastic flexi pipe into it. That way we could possibly, yeah, we can see, well, if you could be this close, you would be able to see that the foam sort of bends the edge. It bends a little bit, not much, because it's not that deep, of course. But yeah, we could actually by now. I don't know why I have that on there. It's just fucking looped on. We could, because this, if I need to remake one bit and it is this bit, that's not fun, but it's a very small bit, so that's fine. Because I kind of want to give the impression that this is like sunken in a little bit, so we don't see any of these sort of cut edges. There's maybe not that much difference from that look to many people, but for me that makes quite a lot. Rubber paint won't hold on this though, so we can glue it in and then we can mask it off actually. I think that's gonna be the wiser course of action in this case. And then we'll put some hot glue behind here and we will glue that in place. We can trim the end and then we can make sure that it's flush up against that line. There's a little bit of deeper shadow because it's like a depth in here now, which I kind of like. Oh yeah, I have not yet plugged in the hot glue gun. That makes it a little bit tricky. Wouldn't you say, to use the hot glue if you don't have that? Let's see, this is the right side, so I don't really, well, I guess we can put, I kind of want to try and write somewhere, but this is not the most write friendly. Let's try and make a little arrow, so because they bend the right way, so to speak. Make sure that they are about the same width all the way. Those are not really. This is a little bit too big. No, it's pretty okay actually. So let's cut off two. And where do we? Well, those are really different lengths, and we can adjust the bottom. We're gonna have to adjust that one anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Okie dokie, let's have a go at doing some markings here so we know where to start sanding this down. And yeah, we're gonna taper it off at the end, just like on the first one. And the reason why I'm dabbing it like that is because I don't want to heat up the plastic too much from the friction. Because as you can see, the material is very thin, so too much grinding will melt the plastic, it will get stuck in the sanding drum, and it will make a mess of everything. So small controlled dabs. Good morning, Nosferatu. Welcome in. How have you been? Everything well, I hope. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna press this into the foam so we get a clear and defined line as to where it wants to go. Then we are scoring the mark. Is that where it wants to go though? You should probably put this together. I'm pretty good today actually. Today was one of those days where nothing felt right and didn't want to do anything, so well, I didn't. Just took a little break. But yeah, now it's awesome actually. Now you can see how it bends differently there. Good thing we checked, because we want this to like be there. Well, so let's move it down to where it should be, and then we can press this in. Yeah, not much difference. A bit different up here. It's kind of what I expected. And then we will score a hard line there. So yeah, we're doing the neck piece today, quite obviously, and doing some arm work, and yeah, getting things done. Well, I said I didn't do anything yesterday. That is not super true, I guess, because I did make sure to get myself inspired to do things, uh, sort of aesthetically anyway. So I watched Ghost in the Shell, the live action, newish movie. It's a few years old now, but newish movie because it's not a super good movie. I kind of like it, but aesthetically speaking, it is just mm, yeah, it's just beautiful with all the cyber stuff. Very, very good inspiration. You don't want to watch. You like the anime, and you're afraid it's gonna be total blah. I mean, it's a short movie that's with a lot of like trying to fill out a lot of story, I guess. I think it's an okay movie. I've seen it before. I think it's an okay movie. I mean, it's like a yeah, very much so. Okay. Well, I don't think you're gonna super like it. But yeah, trying to cram all the stuff into like a short movie like that. But it's very well made. The aesthetics is very good. And yeah, casting is pretty solid for all the characters. It's you know. So, but yeah, but if you're like really into, yeah, that could be tough. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know about that actually. What you, if you were could tolerate that or not. It's hard to say. Well, considering, we know each other over Twitch, so obviously I don't really know you all that well, so it's hard for me to say. It's like, yeah, of course you're gonna like it. I like it for how it looks. It's very pretty. The original movie, uh, the original movie, is there like an original live action before this one, or is that one of the animated ones, or did they make another live action? I didn't even know that if they did. But being a prop liking person like myself, looking at anything that, well, it's not going to be an auto win, but looking at stuff that the workshop makes, is it's hard to, say no to the visuals. It's a bit of an odd choice to make a movie from. I mean, since I mean, Ghost in the Shell is quite popular, so that's like, we're gonna make this movie that's gonna do explain. I guess they've hoped, 'cause isn't that always the hope? I guess they hoped that it would be such a success so they can make like more movies and just keep going with it. I guess that's the thing. Pixar and the shark is spotted as well. I see you there, shark. The tank scene, yeah, yeah, that tank scene in the end is is not the hottest part of the movie for sure. What's up? I'm making neck parts for the cosplay. That's what's up today. What's up with the shark? How is life in the box? How is the shark life in the box? All right, so let's try and get some glue in on this side as well. Just a few bits here and there. Not too much. I mean, the inside is gonna be squeezed up against this edge, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, sounds good. Silly drawings is makes life more fun for sure. And slapping of whatever nature slapping you like can also be fun. Yes, I don't really care about the inside here if it's a little bit messy with glue. No, so it could be hard to watch that new movie, that new Ghost in a Shell movie. Well, new, the latest, I guess you can call it. If you're really a super big fan of the anime, I suppose. Ooh, let's see how this works with the armor now. Maybe I should have smoothed down that as well. We might have to do some kind of an emergency thing there, but we'll deal with that when that happens. Or there are more sharks than one in the box. Be right back. Loud noises. Okay, that's gonna make this a bit rigid as well. Might have to heat this up and bend it out so it doesn't strangle me too much. Alright, let's see how that looks. Because the plan with these are so they will cover up the sightings of the horrible hook and loop. I thought you were a shark, not a hydra. Maybe you're a hydra shark. Yeah, and then we'll cover this with some craft foam. There's still a little gap you can see in there, but it's not. It hides most of the horribleness, and then the armor chest piece will come about here. Anything, yeah, that is true. Anything is possible. Nothing is forbidden, and so on. I know possible doesn't have anything, but it just sort of sounded like one of those cool saying. I kind of do soon to see how this works. I'm gonna put some craft foamy bits up here first though. I just wanted to see how it looked before I went too far. Lucky for me, I did get some whole bunch of craft foamy stuff. So basically we're gonna cover that. So how wide do we need it to be? We need it to be that wide. So that's there. So we'll do there. Don't you need to do? Let's have let's see if this turns out as nice as I hope it will. This is also so it has an adhesive. Yeah, so we want to cut it like around there. Depending on where this might actually need to be glued on anyway. But for just sticking stuff on like this and testing it, it's really good to have this foam. Yeah, I like that. So it's like a cover over that part. Yeah. We could heat this and form it a little bit later as well. Okay, so let's use the paper. Here's another added advantage with having this adhesive stuff on the backside, that when you remove the paper, you have the paper left as a template of the previous bit, so you can easily copy. Also, 2 millimeter craft foam is really nice because you can just cut it with scissors. And then we shall. I know I could have done this before, but we probably can use those for something funny anyway, in the end. This side is what's important, so this should probably actually be placed out a little bit further. So because this is not going to be very visible because the line comes across there. I had some issues putting on the chest when this on, so it's one of those things you're gonna have to figure out what, which is the best way to do it. Alright, but now let's see how this fits with the chest bit. The torso, chest thingy, mujingy, I don't know what to call it. The painted part. You would guess correctly, because I mute it when I take it off, because otherwise I'm gonna slam these down onto the table and everybody's gonna get deaf. I think I might need to cut down a bit here. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but just like a centimeter in the middle, like make a thing. Uh, yeah, so it's no longer super uncomplicated to put on, but yeah, we're gonna need to super glue these down. But yeah, I like it. Gives some nice textures and stuff. Right, so yeah, if we just sort these out, they're a little bit different heights, but not much. So we'll lower the right one a bit, and then we'll get them permanently attached there with some super glue. Now for the next fun part, getting out of this thing again. So I'm gonna mute you again. Well, I'm not muting you, I'm muting me. Yeah, it's a lot easier to take it off. You could just basically take the middle part here and just pull it down, and then just this fell out pretty came out pretty easily. All right, so this side is gonna go down a bit, yeah, like there. Yeah, and then we're gonna need to get some glue. Glue, 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 glue. And a little glue palette. And something to spread glue with. Yeah, take some extra little spatula thingies. So we have 4 other glue thingies. Running low on super glue as well. And we don't really need too much glue around the middle, in the middle. I'm more interested in getting some on the edges so it doesn't lift up, because that's where we're gonna, if something is gonna get stresses on this thing, it's the edges, because we're taking it off and on. So, how is everybody on this most wonderful day? Well, I'm having a wonderful day anyway, so I'm gonna call it a wonderful day. I hope you all have a at least tolerable day. Shakes, that's a word, apparently. Almost off work. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, it's the Friday today. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we'll do for paint on these, and then we can mask these off. We're gonna have to mask the hook and loop off anyway when we're gonna paint this. It's your Monday. Oh yeah, you work like weirdly weeks or something. Is that it? So it's the start. This is the start of your work week. Oh my. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's Friday. We're off." And you're like, "Yeah. Yeah." About that. My last 15 years have not been exactly like that, but I worked in tourism and worked weekends and every day and like Friday to Wednesday. All right. Yeah, so it could work any day. So my days just became work days or non-work days because there were no like regular. I had no regular scheduling whatsoever, basically. Just working as it was needed. Friday to Tuesday. Okay. Oh yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be a long work week as well. Yeah, so everybody's like, it's Friday. I'm like, oh, it is? Yeah, it's weekend. Let's party. It's like, I'm working for 4 days now. And then I'm free. Want to do something on Wednesday? They're like, no, we're at work. So working weird hours can impact your social life quite a lot. If now I'm not super going out party socializing person anyway, so it's never really bothered me. But still. All right. Oh yeah, I did a thing with an arm. With the arm, I cut it in pieces, basically, and added a strip like on the inside, so it looks. All right. Huh. No, that doesn't work either. Okay. we'll do something similar. I'm probably gonna redo the whole bottom part though. Looking sweet, thank you. You're looking kind of sweet yourself. So yeah, so I need to make another one of these basically, but well, they are kind of looking the same. So the pattern is, you don't have to change the pattern or anything. And then we'll do some similar but different looking things. We'll probably add something more here. For some reason, I just felt like I wanted to add this little square there because it was so open. And these will be orange, and I'm thinking keeping these parts sort of graphite gray. And then, of course, some smaller bits this could be orange. We can like add an orange little dot there. But yeah, so that happened because I mean, the reason why these lines are parallel because I just cut it apart and pulled it apart and glue this line in between. So the bottom part is still this one, and I'm not sold on how this rounding came out, for example. It's also a bit burnt, so this was probably always just an experiment, but that's gonna go down here. Probably doing some Velcro. I'm also considering not gluing it here and putting a little bit of strip of Velcro or magnets here because this is the constricted part, right? This is where you can't get through your hand. This is wide enough for my whole hand. You only need to open it about halfway to get the hand through. So this part could be glued pretty easily. And then we either put some hook and loop there, but I'm thinking also of using some stronger magnets, just over bending this part so it wants to come together, and some magnets will stop them from coming apart that easy. And I have some magnets that should work for something like that. I have a few of these. Come on. Things left. Doesn't look much, but getting these apart without pulling them sideways is not an easy task. And yeah, they will they will hold through the foam. Yes, it's 10 years. Facebook told me 10 years, so I'll believe Facebook. Yeah, that's 10 years. Thank you, and happy anniversary to you too, sweetheart, and welcome in. We just possibly finished off the last details on the neck piece. I figured out a nice way to cover the looking in to see the Velcro because these actually come down a bit more when it's worn. So we added some more funky details. So this one is basically ready for all the paintings. At least it is for now. So I can leave that one behind and move on. Two of them. How cute. Oh yeah, you know what I'm gonna do as well? I'm gonna copy. There we go. Oh, moderator going on. But I had time to copy that because my plan now, I'm gonna make sure I paste this so I save it. Because they're obviously writing the web, like bigfollows.com, with some spaces in them just because they don't want to have link permission bots kick them up. Thank you. Yeah, and here is the modified arm as well, which I'm super happy with. No, so but if I'm blacklisting big follows, we should be able to not see those messages at all. And then, of course, if they adapt to that, we're going to have to change the word, add another word. But yeah, so I'm going to have to make a new one of these in the end, I think, because Don't like the look of how it's so wibbly and wobbly and it's a bit burnt here and don't like the sanding here. This is, but it's a good experiment. This definitely means that the pattern I have for my arm works very well because this is so nice and sturdy. But I want it to go further. Let's back over here. I want this curve to go like this a little bit, so there's like an extra uh, covering part. I also remembered to bring up some of my long thin strips of upholstery foam so I can start sewing the I'm calling it an undersuit, but it's not a whole suit. It's undersuit parts because I'm just gonna make because we know that this part is gonna be visible, right? Mobile delay in this internet and typing on your pad. That's okay. That's understandable. But yeah, so we're gonna um, basically what I'm gonna do is put tubes that you can attach to a shirt uh, where there is no armor plates, and we're gonna let me go and get stuff. By the way, actually, let me go and get some stuff. We're gonna see. Okay. Maybe I don't have. I have some dark blue. Okay, I don't have any fabric. But basically, I have these long strips of upholstery foam, and I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna sew these. I'm gonna sew this between two sheets of pieces of fabric, and of course, where we sew it together, it's gonna do that. It's basically like quilting, but I don't think it's called quilting when you're making long ribs like this. I don't know. But basically that means it's going to be long lines that's going to go along well, along the body. Kind of like the fabric on this shirt, but it's going to be way more visible. Ooh, painting school is coming along. That's nice. So that's going to be sort of the undersuit. That's going to be because it's going to be flexible. It's going to be fun like have a shape with patterns, and uh, then to avoid it looking like I've sewn a fabric, I'm just going to paint it with some rubber paint. So it's going to look all rubbery inside. And that's what we're going to do for the elbows and possibly a bit down onto the hands. I need to find a pair of good gloves. Everywhere else, like the bottom part of my body. So yeah, that's what we are up to. But I also need desperately, not desperately, but I kind of need more of this floor mat. So I might have to go shopping tomorrow. I don't know yet. But somehow I need to go into the shopping store place where I can buy this foam on a big roll and buy a big roll of it. And yeah, that was so nice to hear that it's just a cold. Hmm? Congrats. Is it to me for the birthday stream or is it for somebody not having COVID or who are we congratulating? Congratulations to everybody. I should have made a foam cake. That would have been cool. Fake cake out of foam. You think she will today? Both. Okay. Both. Both are good. Because if she's gonna do that, I need to buy brushes for you too. Okay. That would sound awesome, especially if your suggestion to her takes hold as well, because that means it's not gonna be a very expensive foam purchase. All right, so what else do we need to do? I kind of need to figure out belt. I don't know, because you know, so far we have everything from the head to here basically. Tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Well, then I will get it in the evening. So yeah, we might have time to do something on stream. Otherwise, I'm gonna not because I'm starting to like, what to do on stream now. I also thought about one thing. I should make more than one face mask so I can actually have several for the cosplay because that would be cool. No, so right now I'm trying to figure out what to do with like, because underneath the armor and down to like the hip area, we're not gonna have anything, I think. Maybe we'll take some small parts and just Velcro to that undersuit part. That could work. And just to fill out a big blank black space. But then I have like the whole hip area because the leg armor can go up quite far. Because especially if I get some new, because then I have a whole new roll of foam as well, and then I can just basically wrap my legs in that thinner foam, and that will be really quick. It will be made to look in the same sort of style as the arms. So we're gonna do some of these cuts out basically. Maybe reuse this shape because we have reused this shape with like the lip a little bit to get this nice curve in here. I really like this part, by the way. Because I was gonna cut this whole thing out and just press it in so I get some depth, and then I just looked at it and was like, what happens if I cut this? And then just gently press this in, and it's like it looks like a bicep now, basically. It's a bionic bicep. It's like, okay, let's keep that. So I'll probably do something like that on the legs as well. And the same with the forearms. We're gonna replicate some of this and some of the different depth that we want to have. As I've started and I'm gonna continue doing some. Oh yeah, we need to heat this up to bring this line in, or maybe cover that with something. I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to do this, to be honest. But it's also on the inside, so I don't really. I'm not stressing out about it too much. No. So there's a lot of thinking, but I've also started making because I want to put on small stickers. Most of them going to be half worn off, but anyway. I want to put on small stickers like warning texts because if it's a prototype, on machines, there's always like this turn power off before doing any maintenance and stuff. You like how you're gonna have to lurk? Oh, but thank you for the lurk. It's very appreciated with them lurks. So if you're here in the background and you're watching this and you just don't like to communicate with strange people on the internet, but you like to sit there and watch what I'm doing, you are appreciated. Just so you know. Obviously, I don't mind the social interaction, but sometimes I lurk in streams. I don't even tell people I'm there. I'm just gonna sneak in and spend an hour there watching what they're doing. Because sometimes you just don't want to socialize. I think we might have to do another mask just to get that idea out of my system while we are. Because if I'm getting more thin foam tomorrow afternoon, evening, we don't have to. I mean, we could start cutting this up and doing. Actually, we could do that. We could cut after this line, but I don't want to use this because it's the point was I was gonna put Velcro on both sides because it's got the same cutout basically. It's like a shape zigzagging through there, But then I realized I can just glue that outside and that turned slightly because the inside is sanded down with the Dremel and it's not super smooth. So when you press down the glue, you get this wobbly wave line, which is just a line here, so it's very obvious what it is. If it's all very wobbly, it doesn't really matter as much because it's just then it looks like the whole thing is supposed to be a bit wobbly. So you know what? I think we're gonna do a. Oh wait. Coming up with new ideas as you go along. It's always interesting. Where are, oh, there are my extra. Because we were gonna make a whole bunch of these and have on the side. Maybe we should still do that. I'm not sure. Where are the side skirt parts? Because we were thinking about putting several of these along the side. Because these are the side parts. It goes like here, basically. And then we was thinking about if we should put more of these under, put them the other way. Putting them the other way might actually work. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe we can tape one in place later and get fully dressed again. Otherwise, I was thinking these could actually sit like on the hip. If you do like a belt thingy or like attach this to the suit under here, these could actually go like this. And then you can pull the leg armor up into a round piece here. And then we will have that sort of gap. And we can fill that with a round or an oval bit as well if we want to. But yeah, lucky for me, I made a whole bunch of these. So we could definitely use, that's a good plan. All right, we have solved another design feature. The top part where the leg meets the hip is now solved. That shape, it's so funny with that shape because it just fits like every. Well, it's rounded and has curves and lines going in every way, so obviously it's gonna. You got distracted. How dare you? And I was mentioning you so many times, and I was saying so many things. No, I was just talking about some problem solving, basically. And then I'm gonna make another mask because I might want to have either options or I want to have another design, but mostly I want options because I want to have the original one because, well, because it is the original one basically. That's where the design sort of started. Whoa, I need to change my face cam. Hello. The designs basically started over here and then sort of flowed down and we're working our way downwards. It's kind of interesting. It's been a bit of a ride getting here though. Definitely. Oh yeah, I needed to change. I've sharpened this blade so many times now, so it's just not sharpenable. So let's take a brand new, nice and shiny sticky blade. Come on, here we go. Yeah, the first super smooth cut you get. Mm. Oh no, there's stupid cut there. Well, I'm gonna cover the front, most of the front page anyway. Front page, front side of this anyway. So we'll see if that works out or not. Needs the pad for reference. Love you too. Bye. Talk to you later. I thought that went all the way through, but it didn't. Here we go. Ah, sometimes that actually works, but it didn't. Just rounding off the corners a bit, making it a bit square, and we're gonna bend it and stuff, of course. Before I even think about starting the machine over here, I should also make sure to move all the finished bits to a secure-ish location. Let's call it that. Let's pretend it's safe. And I haven't made any marks for the eyes because I'm gonna cover this basically. I'm gonna take a piece of craft foam and I'm gonna smack it on here, but I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller this way so we'll get a nice line. Uh, but we're gonna mark out for the eyes and stuff on this one, I do believe. And I might want to have an edge or anything on the backside, so I need to sand down. So we might as well just sand down the whole thing, and that means I'm gonna mute if I can find the button. Boop boop. And the sound is back on. If that wasn't obvious. And then we're just using a sandpaper along the edges to remove all the fuzzy bits. Because we don't want to do this with the Dremel because it's going to remove too much material. We just literally want to try and rub off as much of these fuzzy bits that are left from sanding. And then we're gonna bend this. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna remove this hot glue. I'm gonna heat this up and start bending it, and then I'm gonna hold it to my face a little bit. And actually, we're just gonna overbend this anyway, so we don't actually have to fit it on my face. Because I want to overbend it so it's really tight to my head. Make sure to really overbend it. Because I'm not sure I want to put the trim on the inside that I usually do. And now we're going to have to take off the glasses and stuff though. So we can test it if it actually fits. Yeah, I think I'm going to want to have a bit of a trim on the inside. I know, like this edge thingy that I usually do. Because I want the nose to be this to be further out so I can cover this with the craft foam without any weird issues. So let's go down into the box of long line puzzle bit line thingies. Oh, this one was actually quite a lot of marks on. Here we go. That means we need to bend out the outsides a bit more like that. I'm also contemplating if one should like cut this edge at an angle like that. So, because now this is pointing like inwards, you could have it pointing basically. Well, you shouldn't cut it there actually. Where should you? Oh yeah, you're gonna. Because right now it goes like that, and I kind of want to see how what happens if we do. So it ends up like that, and then sand down this flat some point. But that time is not today. Oh yeah, it still has this. Okay, let's belt sand once more. Alright. But I also don't want it to be this deep. So I am going to see if we can straighten this out enough to put the ruler on here, and then we will basically cut it in half lengthwise, hopefully. Okay, some fuzzy bits. We'll see where those end up, and then this will go and get glued. And that means we will mark out the middle right there, and then we can keep this sort of bent because that's how it's gonna go on anyway. And we'll do a middle-ish thing there, and then we'll get some glue. We are getting low on the glue. Not like critically low, but there's not super much left in that box. Well, that can, not a box, but still, not that much left. Next time I buy contact cement, I'm gonna buy a different brand, because there is the same place that sells that brand also have a thinner that is uh, made of the same stuff that the glue, some of the stuff in the glue, which means you can use it to thin down your glue, so you can get, instead of this sort of semi-chunky gel thingy. I want it more viscous, more liquidy, so you can brush it on. And then I'll just make a glue pot with a brush in, and we can, instead of using all of these wooden thingies and whatever to spread the glue, we can just easily brush it on. And then we'll have a baby blue mask because, well, that's the sheet I got a hold of when I grabbed a sheet of craft foam. If you do need to smooth out where there are big lumps, just, well, if you don't want to use your fingers, use a bit of foam, but wet it first with like saliva or water. Because if you do this with your finger enough, you're gonna get glue in your mouth, so be careful. But yeah, because you can, because not many glues adhere to a wet surface, so a wet surface of some kind. So maybe have some water around and go dip a piece of scrap foam in water and you can smooth it out. Because if you get these big lumps anywhere, they sort of dry on the surface but not on the inside, and when you try to attach something to it, it's just going to make a mess. And then we will see if this is, yeah, that feels dry and nice. Oh gosh, I'm not even on camera. There we go. And again, trying to keep this part away from there because we want to glue one side at a time. We want to make sure that the thing goes where we want it to, not where it just accidentally ends up. These sharp corners are a little bit, these corners are a bit too sharp, I think, for this to be really working well. And then we can go back and do this. And try to bend the back piece here after the shape of the front piece. Because if you start bending this, you're going to bend differently in both sides and it's going to look, it might end up looking quite uneven. On the same side, and again try to bend the back piece here, the long piece after the mask, so you don't distort the mask too much. We did distort it a little bit here. We can go back and loosen that up so it will look a bit more symmetrical. Yeah, and we're gonna sand these. Oh, that's a lot of uncured glue. Sand this flush anyway on the belt sander, so we're gonna get to these corners and sort of let these, the back side, the radius a bit more. And then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go in with a Dremel here because this usually squeezes together a bit, which is not very comfortable for my nose. again, this little cut that we saw earlier is not going to be that visible. And it's also, I mean, it is foam, so once we put it on a face, it's going to sort of bend. Oh, that's because of the line there. It's going to sort of, because you can see, we managed to curve it a little bit. Hello there, Rumble. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing on this fine Friday? And then we shall measure in a piece of this to go on to the whole front. And we'll make it just a tad. Just a tad. Just a tad, so. A bit longer than we need to. So we can trim it in place afterwards. Pretty alright. Well, that's alright. Lagging a bit. How am I doing? 0.7% drop frame. So it's not too laggy from this end anyway. So that's almost 8. So if we do it 7. No, if we do it 6. Then we'll get a centimeter on both sides. Yeah, it's twitches almost. But I am also like streaming from basically through a hotspot on my phone. So if I get any lags, I don't. I wouldn't be super surprised. Let me tell you, I would not be super surprised. Oh, been catching up on the season 5 now. Alright. I don't even remember how many seasons Clone Wars is. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. And then we're gonna make the eyes. Oh yes, I think it's 7 because they didn't they make like 6 and then everybody was like what? And then they made like the 7th like a few years after they ended the original show. Or was that 6? I don't know. People wanted a little bit more explanation and stuff, so they made some new stuff up. Alright, so that's what we're gonna go. That's where we're gonna go. And that means I need to figure out the middle of this one. Oh, awesome. This is actually 26 to 50. So that's 10, 24. So that's 12 to the middle. 6 was short. Okay. Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, I know what's wrong. I know why I was so confused. I put the mat on the wrong way. You give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, it started to feel a little bit like they were doing some fillers every now and then. Basically, it's like a lot of stuff that doesn't feel super exciting, but overall I like it. I like Rebels more, of course, for sure. So why do I want the middle? Well, because I want to take the pattern and I want to put it like there. Oh, actually we can. No, we can't. We can do this. Basically, because we have the markings here for where I normally put the eyes. Do I want the eyes there? So we put around, yeah, because we're gonna do. Mandalorian started out like a 10, like a pretty low rating show for me. And then as it progressed and they, you know, surprised me with all their character development and how things changed and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is a really good show. So I ended up really liking it, which is why, I mean, I didn't think it was a horrible show from the start, because then I would probably not, well, it's Star Wars, I probably would have watched it anyway, just to, like, be up to date, so to speak. But, yeah, and I'm glad I did, of course, because I liked it. Because my first impression was like, if I want to watch a Clint Eastwood movie, I go look at an old Clint Eastwood Western movie, okay? Because that's how it felt. It's like, I'm the lone gunman, yeah. This is the way, yeah. And then it's like, okay, the way changed, you changed, things happened. You introduced a bunch of cool characters, and this, yeah. Yep, it kept getting better and better. It really, really did. I am cautiously hyped for the Ahsoka show that's gonna come. And I'm not really sure what I feel about Obi-Wan as a standalone show, because I don't know what the hell they're gonna like be 10 episodes of him talking to Qui-Gon Jinn in a cave, or what's going on? Yeah, and that's why, because and The Witcher, the problem with The Witcher for me is that it continued to be like that all the way through. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the games. I played the first game and then I played the little bit of the third game, and it was just like, no. Gray-haired lone wolf with slightly kind of a heart of gold theme. It's like, this is not 1988. I need something a little bit more new, something more, exciting than that. Did not enjoy that super much. I did watch the whole. I mean, it wasn't horrible as so horrible that I didn't finish watching it. There's a new movie, which of course, well, newish, like last year, I think, which is aptly named Monster Hunters, which of course is they hope people will get lured in because of Monster Hunter World, I guess, and the movie for that. But it's basically about aliens on Earth, and I don't know how it goes because I didn't keep. Yeah, exactly. You have finished this quest. Here, have a new piece of armor. Pretty much the whole thing. Yeah, actually. I will help you, but if I'm gonna help you, you need to do this for me first. But I just want this. Yes, but if you want me to help you, what the hell? Why? Yeah, but that is very computer RPG, isn't it? The more I think about it, oh, I had some water here. Just drop some foam in it to hide it, I guess. Yeah, endless escort missions and all the side quests that you have to do to continue. Well, at least his side quests were relevant, so it's not like Mass Effect style. Oh, the Reapers are eating up the universe. Okay, I'll go and find your regiment's flag on this planet because it will boost your morale. Okay. Yeah, nobody else can do it. It has to be you, Shepard. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I love Mass Effect games. I'm currently replaying them. I am at the endier parts of Mass Effect 3 right now. Time means nothing. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem with games like Mass Effect as well. Okay, they're attacking Earth, and there's no timer on when they're done. You can just do all your side quests first, and then you can, you know, go and have fun with them. I mean, oh yeah, you want to watch chronologically? Yeah, but they're Jedi. They don't need time. Hello, Mel. Welcome in. How are we doing? Oh God, this is really messy. Well, let's hope that that works out well. Damn it, Edwards. Oh, yes, watch all the ads. Give me all the ad money. I think I have completely made up like $50 by now in ad revenue. It's my get rich never scheme. Oh God. Oh, it's because of the glue on the backside. I see. Let's see if we can scrape this off and just put on my glue. Now you're here. It's sticky right now. We're in a bit of a sticky mess because this craft foam has glue on it already, and I think it reacted with the. I think the glue on the craft foam got sort of melted away by my contact cement. So we are just trying to rectifying that by trying to remove the glue, all the glue. And I'm using water so it won't stick so much to my fingers because, well, glue doesn't really stick to water. Well, most to liquids, we should say. Hey! Hi, Nikki. Welcome in. I'm good, thank you. And the costume is coming along. Working on an extra mask right now because I am lacking some materials, which I'm going to be getting tomorrow when we can go and shop for them. How have you been? I'll, well, the chest piece kind of looks the same. We made a new neck piece for it. There we go. It's what's really new, and yeah. So we're working on an extra because I had an idea for a mask and I don't have the material to start doing the legs. So we're procrastinating by calling this an alternative mask for the costume. I guess is what we're doing. And right now I'm trying to get rid of this silly craft foam. Do I have something? Well, I'm trying to get rid of the glue. Not just the glue that I put on, but the original glue on the craft foam. Because they didn't react well together, I think. Okay, can we get some more contact cement on this? Or do I have to... Well, we have contact cement on one side, so I guess... basically we're gonna put this on here and then we're gonna... It's kind of similar. We're not gonna make all this round eyes, small round eyes on this. Yeah, the chest piece is painted, the shoulders are painted, and yeah, so that's as far as we are along. Oh yeah, and I have a unpainted arm bit somewhere as well for the top of the arm, which is lurky lurk. She is She has a cold. She has been tested, so she doesn't have COVID, but she has a cold, which is pretty bad. She has no voice. She's out at her parents', and she is currently teaching her niece and her sister how to paint things. So, all things considered, I think she's pretty good. She sounded happy. She was here a bit earlier, but the cell phone reception at her parents' is well, any sort of reception for anything is absolutely horrible out there. So she was lagging quite a lot and decided to go away for a bit. And then her niece wanted to borrow her iPad so she could. Yeah, that's good. That was really good. It's nice. The nice thing about the test, because apparently the test is quite horrible in itself. Um, the good thing is, of course, you get like within 24 hours you have your results. So it's not that. Ah, it's okay. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi, Nikki. It's nice to see ya. It's been a while. I know I haven't been here streaming all the normal days, but it was nice of you to drop by to say hi. I'll see you some other time, maybe in some other stream. Who knows? No need to be sorry. You are free to come and go as you will. Oh, let's see how that gets stuck. Might have to. Maybe I should have just tried it. Yeah. Yep. Bye bye. See you around. Have a nice weekend and so on. It really doesn't want to get stuck to this, so maybe I should use super glue to do this more than we should do any other glue, I suppose. Oh, wait. Not too much because the craft foam will also start bend around, as you can see, if we heat it up too much. Just trying to smooth it out. And I'm using some water. See, it's just, there's no glue left. It doesn't really attach itself. Let's try and glue this on and see what happens. I mean, you can glue contact cemented parts together when they're wet. It's just going to take a little bit while longer for them to actually cure, but I think we want this to sort of cure in place just to be sure it's. Of course, we're going to have to cover that in with a bit of craft foam because now there's glue there. Should have marked that one out, but I didn't, so we have to work around that. There's nothing more to it than that. Ooh, go. Seems to be mostly stuck on there. We have our eyes marked out. Alright, so for the first eye, I'm not going to actually cut the whole thing out. I'm just going to score a line. And then I'm going to hit this with some heat. And it should open up. It's a very thin foam, so I have to be a little bit careful. And then we're going to cut, we'll heat it up first, and then we're going to cut a slit so we can actually see out through it. I just want that sort of line to pop so it looks like a separate piece. We get some lumps. Yeah, we get some lumps behind here from the lump of the glue. Okay, so super glue for this. Definitely super glue. Definitely not contact cement unless you can thin it down if you have a good thinner for it. We have learned our lesson. I hope. I hope, I hope, I hope. And while I am enjoying all of this whole, the whole show of doing this, it's gonna be nice when it's May and this build is over, so I can get back to my regular schedule. I kind of want to paint some minis. I have two Rockies just sitting there now, waiting for me to grab a brush and some paint. But I don't want to lose focus this close to the end. Okay, actually let's put on a piece of tape like that. So I'm gonna cut a slit in this, and I want it to be nice and straight, of course. I have a championship to win. Well, no pressure there then. No pressure there. But to be honest, if you're entering in a competition and you don't think you have a single chance in hell, I mean, you can do it for fun and you can do it for the experience of it as well, I guess. But if you really, I mean, I think your like your mindset should be that you're gonna win or that you want to win. If nothing else, try and fool yourself into believing in that because oh my God, you're gonna have like a whole you're literally gonna have the biggest Rocky collection in the world. Yeah, and I mean she's not shy about it. She's said so as much. She wants everybody's Rockies, basically. So it's not really a secret that she's a dragon hoarder. Also, being a dragon hoarder is the perfect irony, since dragons are usually the hoarders. Did an alternative you, like, get robbed by a dragon and he hoarded all the treasure and your family starved in some alternative reality maybe? And this is your way of getting back? Like, you can hoard all the treasures, I'm gonna hoard all the dragons. Mwahaha! But yeah, I have an annoyed and a scheming Rocky waiting for me to win this championship, which has apparently. Hey, sausage! Thank you for the happy birthday. How's it going? We're making another mask because I'm lacking some materials, and I'm just gonna cut this out and I'm gonna show you where we are otherwise. Um, yeah, because I'm lacking some materials and I don't want to I don't want to waste any materials. I have some of the thicker foam, but I need more of the thinner foam. Basically, is what's up. I will getting some more thinner foam tomorrow, one way or another. So I'm making an alternative mask thingy, I guess. I don't know if it's an alternative for this cosplay uh, or whatever it is, but I'm making it. How have you been? Oh yeah, I also need to set up some permissions on some channels on the Discord, and then I'm gonna sort of put up the invite code in case. Because I was like yesterday's like, how am I gonna tell people I'm not gonna stream? It's like the best way. I mean, I can post it to the Instagram. A lot of people are there, I guess, but not everybody. How do you let people know? And I'm like, yeah, you really need to get on that Discord thingy now. Yeah, I got myself into inspiration watching things yesterday. I was feeling just sort of bummed out about life because stuff happened. Stuff happens. Not happened. Stuff happens. You know, stuff has been happening, and I'm not always on top for sure. So I was just like, I'll take a day off, and to not snack completely, I went to do some inspiring watching of movies. So I watched Ghost in the Shell because it might not be the best movie, but it's gorgeous. Yes, it's my birthday today. It's also, thank you. It's also my it's Studio and Tejas and mine 10-year anniversary today as well. Yeah, I mean it was a bit of a scare as well, I guess. Because my lovely partner wasn't feeling too hot yesterday. She was out. Oh, wait, what? Oh, thank you for the resub, Mel. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So she wasn't feeling too good. Yeah, she literally had no voice at all. Wait, for three? Whoa, you just went all the way. Wow. Thank you. Super thank you. Mega ultra. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all the months in advance, I guess. I don't know. Wow. I didn't even notice that. I am blind. No, so she doesn't have COVID. It's the basics. She went in to get tested yesterday, and they got the result today, and she doesn't have COVID. She just like has a mild case of the flu or a cold, so she's okay. But that wasn't funny, and other things have happened. So I was like, nah, I'll take a day. But and today when I woke up, I was like, am I gonna take another day? And I was like, no, this is the last month. The last of April is the last day to submit this stuff. If you're gonna not do all this for nothing, do stuff. Also, it's nice to talk to people. You know, say hi to you people. Okay. Still a little bit bubbly because of the glue under there. Yeah, kind of what I liked. It's a bit flat. I might wanted to make this a bit bubbly, I guess, but it's too late now because this is contact cemented in. This is not going nowhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the other eye yet, though, because I don't want to make it's too similar. Yeah, no. So I watched I watched Ghost in the Shell yesterday, the live action, the new version or whatever. It's not necessarily the best movie. I like the casting in it. It's pretty good. Obviously well made. It's I mean with a workshop effects and the aesthetics of their cybernetics and stuff are so gorgeous. So yeah, so that kind of got me into the hype yesterday and sort of made me want to get off my butt today, I think. So, oh, nice to make a mask that you can have a wide field of vision. I mean, it's narrowing up and down, but I can see it far to the side. It's a bit of a better. Oh, you've been getting through altered carbon. Yeah, that's another nice aesthetic. Uh, it's sort of the same feel, I think, some ways, except that in altered carbon you see a lot more about the grungy underside. No, I mean, if you're a super fan of Ghost in the Shell, we talked about this a little bit earlier, you're probably not gonna love that movie. But and I have seen Ghost in the Shell, but I'm not like a die-hard fan of it like that. So I actually enjoyed the movie. I'm gonna mute for a few moments while I sand down the edges. Thank you, Shark. I appreciate all the crazy bananas. Because we're all crazy banana here anyway. Alright. This is kind of slightly just a little bit stolen. Sort of reminiscent of a mask that the Major wears in the movie. In the at the start. No, I kind of liked it. It's not the greatest movie. It's, I don't know, shred emote? Oh, limited time only emote? I guess it's, both are little limited time only emotes. So you could only get them at a limited time, I guess. Or if you randomly get them, or you can just use them for limited time. I don't know. I have no idea. I have not seen them before. Okay, kind of like that. Then we'll make like a more of a normal eye of some kind. You found them? Oh, they're just. Yeah, I mean, you can just click on the emote and you can just see, then you can just like write it in chat as well. I mean, you can just write the name of the emote. See if you can use it. 20 to speak up, wish. Oh, it's a lot of 2020 stuff. I guess you have to be here from on in 2020 at some point, or at the start of 2020 you had to be here or something to get this. I don't know. I don't keep track of that so much. I only have like one emote slot, so we need to get some more subs in here if we're gonna get some more emote slots. And if that happens, that'd be cool, because then we can have more emotes. But I'm not stressing out on it. I like streaming, but I don't want to stream like I'm a maker that streams things. I'm not a streamer that makes things, if that makes sense. That's sort of the priority order of the thing for me. Sort of stream to have some company while I do weird stuff. Enter into obscure and weird competitions and things. don't get alerts. I don't get alerts. What is going on? No, I didn't. But I heard. Why am I not getting a raid alert? Or is it just lagging? Is it just laggy, laggy, laggy? Hey, Nimla. Hi, Fabio. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I did not hear an alert for that. Did anybody see if it popped up? I don't know. Welcome to the Friday birthday stream, which is just a stream, but it's my birthday, so it's called a birthday stream. I actually have some stuff for my tea later that I can eat that is no extra on me because it's my birthday, but otherwise it's just a day. Thank you. Yes, we're making a surprise. We're making a mask. Otherwise, right. Let's say hi and welcome to the wonderful raiders. How are you? How is it going? I checked in bit yesterday when you were painting, Fabio, but yesterday was like the downest day, so I didn't interact with people. But I looked. You're getting really close in covering that whole canvas with just waves now. Looks amazing. It looks really amazing. Oh, thank you. You needed hat emotes. All right. Well, thank you. Enjoy the hat emotes. Well, yes. Yes, see, I am working on my day off. I don't have days off. I work for myself. You don't have days off then, unless you want to. Yes, pixel time. Indeed. And for those of you who don't know me, who came in with the raid, hi, I'm Pixel. Uh, I make things. Right now we're doing, if you look up in, well, which corner is it? No, that corner. It says Ultimate Online Cosplay Championship. So I'm making a cosplay for a competition. Happy birthday. What? Thank you for the follow, Heidi. That is very kind of you. Welcome in. Yes, thank you, Nimla. Yeah, all of 47 years old today. So, let's dress for the occasion. Whoa, everything is falling off. Need to paint this part. Well, okay. So, here's what we're doing. We're making some cyberpunk soldier, which is actually just a prototype soldier from mostly EVA foam. Looks nice and gritty on one side, but it's also very much a floor mat on the inside, right? And that's well, this is basically all the parts so far. So we're just gonna get these on. So and these are gonna go in on oh yeah, we still need to glue the hook and loop thingies on the inside, but these are gonna go on the inside here. You can see they have this hook and loop or Velcro on the here, so they're just attached on the inside. Well, once it's on anyway. And we have the mask that goes with it, which luckily for me just turns out that I can actually squeeze it onto my glasses. But with a bunch of raiders, and we have some people that came in not long ago. Let's do a full test. I need to glue a thing on this first. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do a full test shortly. Oh yeah, there's an arm as well. That is halfway done. Thank you very much for the kind words. So the hook and loop on the inside here is this hook. Oh yeah, that's already scraped some color off, so you don't have to bother. This hook and loop has some adhesive on it, but it's you have yeah, that's a good way to keep track of what's going on because I don't stream every day of the week. So watching the Instagram might be a good place if you're curious as this goes along during the week. So I'm just gonna, oh, I haven't turned this down yet. Here we go. Uh, this needs to be properly glued in, so I'm just gonna put some super glue on the backside. And to avoid getting glue everywhere else, I'm using a toothpick. Kitten hugs. Oh, thank you. I like cats. So some kitten hugs is very appreciated. Oh, this has and okay. This needs more glue. This is gonna need more cats. Yes, all the cats. If I ever unlock more uh, sub subslots, if I ever unlock more emotes in the end, I'm gonna definitely do some cat emotes. We have some ridiculously cute cats, so that works out pretty easy. Got plenty of kitten pictures. Okay, so and that's super glue, so that should be sort of cured now. Now to get this thing over my head, because it doesn't open or anything, I just have to put it on top of my head. I need to take off the headphones. And when I do that, to not deafen everybody, I'm just gonna mute the sound for a bit. All right, let's move that camera a bit out of the way for now. We'll get this on the big camera in a moment. But first, I don't think I ever put on every little piece at the same time because I hadn't glued that piece in that I just glued in. So let's put everything on the table. Let's figure out which order we have to do this, which is good. This is good. This is good. We need to practice this anyway. I think we need to put on the neck thing first. I wish I could really wear this when I'm putting this over my head, but I tried. It doesn't really work. Alright, we're gonna have to take off the headphones again once we get to putting the mask on, I think, because it won't really fit otherwise. Okay, so that's the order of operations. It's getting a bit easier every time to put on the neck piece, which is the most annoying piece to put in there otherwise, but that's, yeah. And it's very comfortable. It is a slight bit, well, it's not too tight, but it's very snug. Oh, same thing here. And this still, you're still tacky. Why aren't you on? And then we'll have to, let's just, ah, this is, but yeah, this is good practice for getting this on and off. So figuring out in which order we should do things, but I think we're definitely on the right track. this one should be lower then. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh, B Drescher. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and if you have any questions about what on earth this is and how things are done, I don't have any secrets about it. Just ask away, and I will try and explain as much as I can, or anything else that is sort of related to the whole thing, like crafting things. So these are stuck on with magnets, both front and back. All right, let's move the camera. Well, let's remove these first. Yeah, clipping the back on, and also now that I have the neck piece in, it sort of lifts the shoulder up. You can see, right? There's a lot of space there between here, which I'm not a happy camper about, to be honest. I might. That will not be so visible with the undersuit on. I have to remember that this gonna be a big. Oh, it's not gonna be a big, but it's gonna be a suit under this to cover up all the places in between where there is no armor. All right, let's take this off and take everything off. Well, I'm not getting that undressed. I'm off the whole cosplay, man. Not everything. This is Twitch. I can't undress everything because then I'll lose my Twitch. Then I'll lose my Twitch. There's no eye averting needed here. I don't even have a hot tub around here. How am I gonna do? Needs. Yes, everything. I did say everything. But you have to read in the context. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to take away all my skin as well, because that's the part that's, or whatever. Yeah, and no nipples or anything, or bare chests or anything. All right, the mask, the mask. Uh, right now, because it's tight and nice here, fits, as you have seen, over my glasses, which is kind of nice. I'm considering making another mask actually, just to be able to have the glasses. You do have to cover the sides, I guess, somehow, but still, it's kind of nice to be able to actually see out the holes and not just have like blurred images, because quite boring. Well, you know, I could do an OnlyFans streaming service, I guess, but that's not now anyway. No, so this is the plan. Whoa, the plan for the mask is to have it sit on better than that. And the plan is to have these magnets pushed into these little holes here. And then we're gonna draw the cables around. We're gonna put some LEDs in behind some of these eye sockets here, these little holes. And then we're gonna go over to this side, and we're gonna have some LEDs, and then we're gonna have a cable, and then we're gonna have the next magnet holder there. Okay, do we have any electrical people that uh, knows electricity? Because basically what we're gonna do here then is we're gonna take this thing, but we're gonna remake it. It's gonna be made into a prosthetic piece, and that's gonna get stuck on my forehead with some prosthetic glue. And then it's gonna look like it's a cybernetic implant in my forehead. And then I'm just gonna take the mask and put it on. And the reason why we have a magnet holder with a cable, two magnet holders with a cable between them, is because if one of these has the magnet on the wrong way, so this is going to be interesting. But if these are in the mask, right, and there's a couple of batteries and a couple of LEDs here, nothing's going to happen because the circuit is broken, right? But if we take this then and go click, click, that's going to complete the circuit. So that means when I put the mask on my face, it's going to light up. So there's no on and off switch except putting it on my face, which I think will be a pretty cool effect. Because you sort of connect it. So the whole inside here is going to get covered and painted and pretty. So it doesn't look like this. It's going to look like a proper prop. So this is going to get a nice finish on the inside as well. And then it's going to be able to just plug it in. Oh yeah, I know what we can do. And as I'm speaking of this, because as I have mentioned a couple of times yesterday when I took a day off, I watched Ghost in the Shell, the newish live action movie, and just for the aesthetics, if nothing else, because it's a very pretty movie. And then I saw some people with some cool jaw thingies, and I'm gonna shave off this again for the cosplay anyway. Yes, the beard is gonna come back after the cosplay. Don't worry, all you beard fanatics. So what I need to do is basically make. I'm gonna make a template for my jaw, and I also don't want to put this and start push. Yeah, this sound. So I'm gonna take off the headphones and I'm gonna mute for a bit. That didn't go as well as I hoped because it kind of keeps falling off while you're trying to tape. I think that's a two-man operation. Otherwise, putting foil on things. Oh, it's 12:16. Yeah, Australia is a little bit a different time. So thank you for hanging around for a bit. Thank you very much. And thank you for the follow. Sleep well, and I'll see you around somewhere, I suppose. Night night. Okay, so yeah, usually doing wrapping up all your part in foil and taping, you can draw out the pattern on it. Kind of needs to be right, basically most around your head so it keeps tight. So we're just gonna do this with math anyway then. I was hoping wouldn't have to do math. I'm gonna also go and put on the water boiler because I want some tea because it's after 4. And I also, oh God, it's storming outside. Some of the trees are looking slightly distressed at this point. Uh, I also have some extra nummy stuff to chew on because it's my birthday and all that. And I hear that you do special eatings on your birthdays. I had a really good lunch as well, so it's a pretty good day. All right, let's math this. How do you math this then, you may ask? Well, we're gonna need something that is about 27 centimeters long. And I think we're simply just, we're simply just gonna do this. We're just gonna take craft foam bits. Oh, this is a white one. Okay, cool. Oh, you have quickly returned to, yes, I have seen this. No, we're not getting aquarium with sea urchins. Sorry. Aquarium stuff is way too much work for me and definitely for you. Yeah. And then we'll do like an edge. And then you know what, we could do the other trick. We could do the other trick for making patterns. We can take a steel wire or an iron wire or a bit of wire of any kind. Streamsys is going good. Uh, Fabio came by and dropped off a bunch of lovely people. So that happened. So we got a couple of new followers. That means I'm only 28 people now, I think, away from 300 followers. That's pretty cool. It feels cool. And I'm making my tea now, so don't worry. I know it's after 4 o'clock. I'm making my tea right now. And then we're gonna have some tea and eat something nummy. But I think we're gonna, since it's like a birthday thingy, birthday fika, I don't think I'm gonna take like any break from the screen. Yeah, I don't know if he's back. He's gonna go and get some food, and then he was gonna come back. I am, and if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to make a jaw cybernetic thingy implant, whatever not. So it's going pretty well. I just had the whole thing on with all the bits that we have so far. It's semi-easy still to get into by myself, which is a nice feature. We'll see. Yeah, we don't have any snow, but I just looked out the window and one of the trees outside was basically at this angle, and there are the clouds over the city and for a little bit further, I guess, out your way where you are was looking like we're gonna. Thank you very much, C. It's okay. You don't have to hang around in chat if you can't. People have lives. Okay, so we'll start by simply making one, because this is a little bit longer than we wanted. And then we'll start, because I'm thinking, as I said, I ordered, oh, I got a confirmation on they sent it today, my glue, so I'm guessing I'll have my prosthetics glue and remover on Monday, which is pretty damn fast and cool. And then, of course, I'm gonna have to remove a lot of this facial hair again because it's starting to grow back out to wear any sort of good prosthetic like this, I think, because it's gonna need to be glued on. And the point is, this shape is this shape, so we can cut out kind of like when we're doing the masks. This, however, is a problem. It has glue on the one side, so I'm thinking we're gonna put the non-glue side inwards. So I just want to see how this sort of feels when we're talking. So yeah, and then so that's gonna be cut out and drawn. But I don't think because I kind of want to draw, because you can basically papercraft that to get some good patterns in the end. And that's the water boiler saying click. Oh yeah, there's a lot of rain over on the other side, and the wind is blowing basically this way. So biking. Oh yeah, that forest is in the way. Two of the trees are like leaning crazily, and the others are not, because they're like not directly in the wind, I guess. Well, I guess Pelle, who owns the forest and stuff around here, has his work cut out for him in the next few days then, because this is gonna probably knock down some trees, especially if there's any trees out there that doesn't look so good, if they're old and sick and needed to be cut down anyway. So we'll let that tea set there for a while, and then we'll bring on the tea and the noms. I love you too. Yeah, I can imagine internet. Oh, yes, I will take super care. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Also started making a secondary mask, in case you're still not gone. Because I can. And also I got inspired, so I wanted to. Alright, let's do some other stuff then. Bye bye, sweetie pie. I will talk to you later. Made some indents for these little circles. Why is there a line here? Is that just... Oh, that's just from where the tape was. Okay. Now we're just improvising the crap out of this mask. I'm just doing this because I don't want to commit to anything on the actual project while I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for my tea, which is going to be like a couple of minutes. So I'm just playing around with this new little mask. So you can get like really nice details without having to add so much. You can just make like patterns and stuff. That's pretty nice. We still need to figure out this eye though. Maybe I'll just cut this out and make one of those normal round eyes that I have done before. Yes, let's do that. Oh yeah, I need to get some hold of some new blades for this circle cutter. Because this blade has been sharpened to oblivion already, so it's not gonna really work out very well. To try and sharpen it more. So we're basically ripping the foam apart because the blade is made of metal and the foam is not. Alright, let's put that aside. Let's go and get some tea. Let's go and get some enjoyable tea. And something to numb on while we keep working slash talking slash procrastinating from doing things. Ba-ba-bow. I guess we could make... How much thick foam do I have? How much thick foam do we have left over here? If I should make leg parts? Mm, oh, that was a pling. What plings? Oh my god, I got a tip. Somebody tipped the Renos. It says tipper there. I don't... Okay. But it doesn't show up in my activity feed. Oh, there we go. It shows up there now, but it's not in my activities. Thank you very much, sausage. What? 20? Okay, thank you very much. That that is very, very generous and kind of you. That is very appreciated. Thank you. Right. Yes. So no leg parts from thick foam. Oh, I'm gonna have to be careful because I might have to repaint some areas of this armor otherwise. Because I'm starting to see some wear and tear. But that's also good because basically this has to hold up for one photo shoot, basically, right? For the competition. And then I can fix it and remake it and stuff if I want to, or move on to the next project more likely. Because I'm starting to see some stretch marks through the paint, and yeah. It's nothing that's, and this is the exact reason why we're making a cyberpunk costume that is very worn, because I knew things like this will happen, and to make the original plan that I wanted to make would have taken so much money to get all the really good foam that would be sturdy enough to be able to make that project. So that's kind of why we changed it to something else that we could weather the crap out of. So a little bit crackling in the paint will only enhance the look. So let's, oh, this is making a lot of noise. I don't know. Not a lot of noise actually. Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna get crumbs all over this build now. Cup of tea, some Danish with some blueberry jam on. There's some cinnamon roll in here for later as well, so I can treat myself a little bit extra. So thank you all for coming to the birthday party. I'm having a hard time sending these to you, so feel free to grab whatever you have available for snacks. I know it's just Friday, but you're still allowed to because you're at a birthday party, right? Oh God. You got a new job? What you gonna do? That's amazing. What's the new job? Oh my. That is so cool. Oh, this is delicious. Mm. So much sugar and stuff in this. My brain appreciates the sugar rush. It's gonna get in a little while when this starts to broke. Local gluten-free bakery. Yeah, oh, that's cool. I like that there's there's a good place for niche businesses like that. It is super tasty. It's a Danish. It's got some blueberry jam in it. So, oh, and it's crumbling all over the place, of course, because of the pastry it's made of. Makes even it's perfect snack for somebody doing foam. It's just I wish you could share virtually. Yeah, yeah. No, 3D printing hasn't really gone that far yet. We don't live in the age of Star Trek yet. But this thing makes just as much mess as the foam does, so it's you know it fits. Ooh, that's warm. Yes, Pixel, you boiled water. It's warm. That's how water works. Gluten and nut free. Oh, so they have okay, yeah. So they have the allergy safe stuff, and then they have the optional stuff. That is cool. That is very nice. This is definitely not gluten free in any way, or sugar free, or no. But it's like one of my favorite food sayings is actually from Star Trek Enterprise. Might not be good for the body, but it sure is good for the soul. And also, theoretically, then, if there is a soul, the soul is eternal, right? And the body is fleeting. It lasts. It doesn't even. It's a pretty crappy machine. It doesn't even last 100 years. You know. So, which will you take care of? Oh God, yes. Oh, I want to have burgers. I actually had a chicken. I bought a grilled chicken yesterday because I was like, oh, I don't want to make food. And it's just food for me because Antea is out at her parents. And I'm like, I don't want to make food. And I was like, wait, I can buy a grilled chicken. That's gonna be food for like four foods for me with the right condiments to it. So I made a roll today. Um, brought in as lunch. I have a bit of it left. I'm gonna eat after stream before going home. Like grilled chicken and béarnaise sauce and some lettuce and some cheese and some spices and stuff. Yes, multiple. Oh yeah, we are a huge fan because neither me or Antea minds eating. Like if there's like some, okay, I could eat this, then we can eat that for days. So we can like make a huge amount of the same food, and then we can just heat it for like a week. And nobody of us is like, but I need to eat something different today from yesterday. If it's something that we're like both into at the time, we'll just eat that for a week sometimes. It's absolutely amazing. We don't, and sometimes you want some really good special food for a day, but most days it's just like, should we do like it's like when we do. boil rice. We don't just like boil rice for today. We like boil a bunch of rice and you just put it away because then the next day you can just fry something quickly up and then you have rice and you can just heat the rice up and it's food. So when we do pasta or rice or something like that, we usually kind of make a lot. Oh, I like this Earl Grey rich. It's got a bit smoother taste, a smoother feel than normal Earl Grey, and more, much more. It's got much stronger flavors, like normal flavors of an Earl Grey, but stronger flavors. Mm. All right, now you have tried to procrastinate enough, Pixel. Should we? I don't want to go because I want to paint at the beginning of the week because I've people have seen the paint jobs and it's probably maybe there's some new people who want to see how to paint, but the VODs are available on Twitch and the VODs are available on here for 60 days. So here on 60 days and then on YouTube. So you can get to watch that. I'm probably going to make a YouTube video, by the way, at the in May sometime, because somebody in one of my Facebook groups for crafting stuff asked if I had a video, if I have a video of me um, doing the paint job. So I was like, I could make a video for that. It'd be fun to have some like not VOD content on the YouTube, maybe. Oh, I see. So what we need to do is actually shape this part down, and then we can lower the big gap here. But as I said, I'm making an undersuit for everywhere where there's no armor parts, which means we're gonna fill out this hole. Yeah, curries and pasta, and anything you can just together. I do a gratin thingy with pasta, which is like pasta and sauce with like a lot of cheese on top of it, and just shove it in the oven. Like take the biggest pan you have for the oven and just shove it in there, and there's food for a week. And it's totally acceptable for me anyway to eat. And that's another thing. Sometimes we don't even eat the same food for dinner. Sometimes we make each our own food that lasts for days, and we both have foods. So it's like, you want to do dinner today? Nah, I have some leftovers and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I like oven stuff or big pots which you can leave on the stove. Because I like cooking, but sometimes you just don't like to cook, right? So it's like, make huge food, have food for a week, be good. Or you can freeze it and you can like, oh, I don't want to make food today. You can just take it out and like nuke it in the microwave if you want to, which is a very weird thing of saying it. It's a weird way of saying it because it's not really nuking it, it's microwaving it. It's basically a kitchen radar because radars also work with microwaves. Trying to figure out where we are. And if I don't need to paint anything, because I could paint the top arm, but I want to make a pattern. Let's make a pattern. Wait, I have the arm pattern, so we don't have to make a pattern. Okay, I'm just like, what we're gonna do now? We're just gonna keep doing the extra mask, but then soon painting on this one as well. I also, in my own mm, project superiority, since I can do whatever the hell I want, decided on not making any sort of weapons for this, because it's a prototype that got away for one reason or another. So basically, imagine, if you will, the world where Ghost in the Shell takes place, where you have like areas of cities that are totally abandoned to lawlessness and stuff like that, where you could easily hide if you're an escaped cyborg from a military project. Oh, you know what would be really cool? I think I'm gonna do an Easter egg thingy. I might do a little Easter egg thingy. That would be really funny. I like doing weirdo Easter egg thingies and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a sneaky idea to you do like chocolates? Chocolate is nice. Now I'm thinking to I mean this has nothing to do with gonna let you see anyway. I'm just testing different things here. Now I'm gonna put a logo from one of the many companies in one of the some so maybe Ghost in the Shell or some anime that has to do with cyberpunky things and like put a worn out logo somewhere on the suit as a like Easter egg tribute thingy.